Hello, I'm the Cartoon Gentleman, bringing you organized chaos. And today, I would like to begin with an apology. I originally thought that I already did all the episodes of Season 7 so far, but as it turns out, I missed one.
Oh, it's not my fault. I didn't notice it was on the list.
You know what you did. So, in order to correct that issue, I decided to go ahead and do it now, in order to get the complete set. But not before I go correct the person who made the flaw. So, without further ado, here's Fluttershy leans in. And as you excuse me,
No, wait, please.
you make me look like a fool!
Oh.
The episode begins with some bunny parkour, because you know, that always ends up well. As I said, always ends up well. Can I just get a quick little loop of that repeatedly? And hold on, before you do that, let me get my popcorn. Now, under normal circumstances, Fluttershy would handle this little bit of a problem herself. But she seems to be out of the material needed to help, so she pays a visit to the town vet. Another pony who actually adores animals just as much as Fluttershy. Well, you better watch out, Discord, because Fluttershy's new best friend spot seems to be going to be filled soon. He can't break through my fourth wall barriers. Of course, when Fluttershy gets there, it seems that our veterinarian friend seems to be overrun with so many animals that she doesn't know what to do with. In fact, it's to the point where she can't even take in Angel Bunny overnight. Well, this is certainly a problem.
Oh, if only there was another place they could go to for shelter and comfort and all the luxuries of home.
And wait, why aren't they going to Fluttershy's house? This is literally her cutie mark's responsibility. Now, due to the fact that it's partially Fluttershy's fault that all these animals are flocking to her door, Fluttershy decides to solve her problem, for she already has an idea at hand. Now this is odd. Fluttershy asserting herself. It is genuinely nice to see that our most shy pony is finally starting to assert herself. What? There's no joke here. I'm just making a comment. It is genuinely nice to see that the character development that she's been getting over the course of 7 seasons, yeah, that's about right, 7 seasons, is finally starting to pay off. Good work, writers, you get a cookie. So, first step of Fluttershy's plan is to get the A-team together in order to solve the problem. Secondly, after they agree to help, which of course they do, Fluttershy describes her dream, which will also help out the vet, of building an animal sanctuary where the animals can come and go as they please. So, essentially, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh crap, that was the wrong thing to say. This is a Fluttershy episode. What I meant to say was, segue! I need a segue! The panda! There, time to move on. So, with the grateful urge to help out, Pinky, Rarity, and Applejack all decide to enlist experts on the field in which to help build Fluttershy's dream.
Ooh, we're gonna get new ponies interacting with the main cast. Let the fan art commence. Oh, I've already drawn my fan art.
I'm still mad at you.
Ooh.
Yeah, you better run, bitch. So with our 3 quote-unquote experts all gathered together, Fluttershy begins explaining her dream in order to get them a good head start on the project. And they don't really look quite enthusiastic about it. But to be fair, Fluttershy really doesn't do all that good of a job explaining. I mean, yeah, of course she has her little dream board, but having a dream board isn't the same thing as having structural blueprints of the design. It's the equivalent of a kid drawing a giant cool castle with fire-breathing dragons on it versus an actual blueprint, plan, and construction advice
for building an actual building. Or when a commission comes in asking for a very specific design, but yet giving no details on what to make. You pretty much get what you pay for. Are they even being paid? Well, Fluttershy begins to explain to Hardhat here of what she wants for the enclosure, which essentially what it sounds like all she wants is a big fence built. So why pull an actual experienced construction worker just to build a fence? Well, to be in her defense, he ignores what she says and goes with his gut feeling anyway. Okay, in all honesty, Hardhat, dick move. In fact, the same could be said for the other two. Fluttershy gives them vague yet specific details of what she wants, but they tend to ignore her in order to go with what they feel should be what is the design. And ultimately, it turns out to be exactly the opposite of what Fluttershy wants. Now let's all prepare for a Fluttershy meltdown in 3, 2...
May not know much about construction or interior design or wrangling, but I am an expert at one thing: the care of animals. What I wanted, and none of you listened to me.
And there it is, people, a Fluttershy meltdown. Let's give her a round of applause. So, with the 3 experts on the subject matter leaving, our veterinarian tries to get all the animals into this quote-unquote sanctuary, but it ultimately ends in disaster. But to be fair, why did the veterinarian deliver all the animals to this unfinished project to begin with? I mean, Fluttershy should have let her know on that one, right? I'm sorry, Fluttershy, but I gotta mark off points on your character development for a lack of communication skills this episode. So with the experts gone and the A-team back together for a quick strategy meeting, Fluttershy explains to them what she wants, but this time she wants their specific help to build it, and she'll be the one guiding them through step by step. Well, I shouldn't say all the experts are gone. One more still manages to sneak his way in at the last second.
I heard some pony needs construction help for them critters.
Hello, oddball out of nowhere but still likable enough reference. I will miss you when you are gone. So with Big Daddy McColl's help, Fluttershy and the rest of them managed to finish the farm, well, sanctuary really, where all the animals come and are living happily and peacefully, getting out of the veterinary's hair, and Fluttershy gleams with pride. And that was Fluttershy Steps In. Unfortunately, she wasn't wearing shoes when she stepped in it. This episode has very mixed morals. I mean, she asked for these ponies' help, but then yelled at them when they didn't give her what she wanted. But she herself didn't really do all that good of a job explaining what she wanted. And even though they're at fault for completely ignoring what she was asking for, it was kind of unclear throughout the majority of the episode what she was asking for. Open yet close? Safe but freedom? Ultimately, she was just asking for a giant pen. Or a gate. Like a giant fenced-off area. She could have built that in a heartbeat. And then just sort of built the sanctuary around it. Or in it. This episode's a mixed bag. It's not necessarily bad, but there's too many flaws to put it in the good category. I don't want to say I hated it, but it's not really something I would consider I absolutely loved. This episode's a mixed bag. And it's not an episode to skip, but it is an episode to take with a grain of salt. Fluttershy's at her finest, but not necessarily at her smartest. So, without further ado, I'm the Cartoon Gentleman, and as you excuse me, I'm going to lay some pain on the person
who made me skip an episode.
But wait, I thought you were done.
Oh, the punishment has only just begun.
Oh.